Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lee, Intuitive Wellbeing Coach and Teacher, and today I'm going to wish you a Happy New Year. So it is the first day of the new year, the Fire Horse. We have completed a 9-year cycle. It is a beautiful new moon in Aquarius and also a solar eclipse. So we have three very specific energies that I just felt called to come on and do another video in February, just to sort of delve deep into them, see what wants to come up, what wants to come through, and if we have time, maybe do a little bit of a short meditation at the end. So yeah, you're very welcome. Yes, so I'm going to pull an energy guide, an ancestor card, okay? So for this, a new year of the Fire Horse. And we're going to go into what this means for us, because it's all very well and nice and knowing, you know, what that is. But what does it mean for you in your life, okay? And it can mean something different for everybody. So I love it. Lady Nada, okay? And she matches my lovely pink nails, which I got covered in turmeric yesterday, but that's another story. So thankfully it's gone. Lady Nada. Heart-centered consciousness. So that is absolutely perfect. It says expanded heart, openness, liberation, let yourself love and be loved. And that is why we are doing this in the month of love, February. We just had Valentine's over the last couple of days. So we are moving, the whole world is shifted into what's called a new earth. And you will have heard this term being used. And it is where we're moving from an ego-based consciousness, like a boss, top down, somebody's up here, you're down there, okay? It is a structure that the world has been running on, that we are still living in, with institutions and structures like schooling, churches, medical, politics, all of those big institutions, okay? And I suppose the biggest being, I think, also religion and God. Whereas, you know, I believe in God. I, channel Christ consciousness energy, but I don't believe in this God that is outside of us, that is up here punishing, Here we have the card of fear. Okay, so, and Mother Mary. I love it. Mother Mary. All right, just as she matches my blue. So you'll have seen what's going on in the world with regards to those awful files. I am not going to discuss that today because I want to keep the energy nice and light and positive. But it is important that you understand and you do a wee bit of research and see what's going on. But don't get too down the rabbit hole, but don't be too complacent either, okay? I have been aware of this for a very long time, so it's not surprising to me. But it can be quite scary and quite... can really, shake your world. It could really, in not a good way, okay? But it's important that we know. It's important that we see the truth of things, and many things are going to be revealed over the next, really from 2020 to 2030, these 10 years, okay? And so that is part of this, long gone of this ego structure, ego boss, ego, where it's all about money. It's all about the heart. And Aquarius, it's a new moon today. It's a new moon in Aquarius. And Aquarius is a very heart-centered sign. It is a sign of community, but it is also a sign of revolution. It's a sign of rebelliousness, of fighting back. And it is the first day of the Fire Horse. Okay, now, you suddenly will not change energy today, although it does feel really light. I have to say, I could feel it coming in yesterday and I was decluttering. It is just important that you still close out, just like tabs of a computer that are open or projects that are still open, close them off. And we have really until the spring equinox, which is otherwise known as Astara, on the 21st of March. That is the official spring new year, okay? And so you won't see such a shift and a massive momentum change in your life until April. Okay, April's quite a powerful month. It is a number 4 month, and 4 is all about foundation. So what you're doing is you're clearing out the old, and we can, want to yes, let's move forward. But I encourage you not to do that, and I encourage you to sit and reflect. That's why I'm doing this video, and reflect on, any areas of your heart that need healed. If you're feeling angry, irritable, resentment, triggered, that is why our fears come up to get our awareness. The wound is where the gift is. The wound is where the light enters, okay? And we have this new moon eclipse season, whatever we work through now will be manifesting in August. But also, this energy of Astara, and Astara is connected to the egg, it's connected to the word estrogen actually, and the goddess of spring and the feminine. And this is the conception for the rebirth. There's the birth of the sun at Yule, at Christmas. Okay, this is the conception now. So whatever ideas, whatever you're calling in, you are starting to, the old part of you is dying away to allow the rebirth of the new you. And it's like a reset point. It's a reclamation of your power, reclamation of your sovereignty. These are just different words for the same thing. Reclamation of your light. Okay, and we had Imbolc there, which is connected to the goddess Bridget and the 2-2 portal. And that was the return of your light. That was the return of light to the earth. So we're still in these stirrings, many people are not quite ready to step into this fiery horse energy, and you don't have to, okay? You will see many posts and many references to fire horse year, action, independence, fiery energy. Look, if that's the way you've always been operating, then you're being guided to do the opposite. Okay, so your action could be inaction. It could be more reflective. For me, I need to go into a quiet place to create, and things have happened in my life for me to do that. I didn't want to. And I've had to surrender to many different changes, which haven't been easy, but I trust this process. And I knew that I was ignoring stuff that I had to do as well. Okay, so you got to surrender and flow with it. Okay. Mother Mary energy. So it says miraculous moment. So what I'm feeling is the mother wound is coming up for many at the minute, actually. And the mother wound is actually connected to money, Lady Venus energy, feminine. And if you think of the horse, think of a horse, okay? And a horse is actually a very intuitive, it's very emotional, very sensitive, very powerful. It is the feminine. Okay, you could think of a horse as masculine, but it's actually a feminine energy because it's so intuitive. And I think that we misread the feminine over centuries. And this is a rise of her energy, but a balanced feminine where we are seeing her strength and her power, but also where she is getting rid of anger, frustration, injustice, energies that have happened over many centuries, okay, to the feminine. And, so when you think of a horse, like a horse will graze, a horse can sleep standing up, a horse can gallop, it can go fast, yes, but if it doesn't want to do something, it doesn't, it will just literally stand, and the horses and humans are quite similar. I think there's I wrote this down actually, let me see, 205 bones. 205 bones in a horse and 206 in a human, really, really similar. Okay, so they're creatures of habit. So that's the energy that's coming in, let's create new healthy habits. Yes, they're about independence. Yes, they're about goals and focus and action. And then with the fire energy coming in, it's even stronger. But when you have fire energy, you need water to balance it. Fire is the sun, fire is masculine, and water is the feminine. So we need both. So, connect with your feminine and masculine. And if you have been busy and really moving forward at such a rate and action in your life, then you're maybe being guided to slow down a wee bit. Horses are also, they're big creatures. They're connected to visibility as well. And, speaking your truth and integrity. Okay. And then we have, you know, eclipse season brings in massive change, okay? And there's also, so we have the solar eclipse, and it's actually called like a ring of fire, this particular one. So it's bringing in extra transformative energies, okay? And it's to do with where the you've got the sun and you've got the moon. I'm not an astrologer, but where they literally cross over, and it appears that they're sort of hiding behind each other, but you'll see like the moon with this like a ring of fire around it because the sun's sort of behind it, or something like that anyway. And think of the circle of life, okay? Think of a circle, full circle reset, all right? And it's all about the rebirth, okay? Your rebirth, all right? So think about, this is the time to set goals, and I would encourage you to not set goals. I would encourage you to focus on one thing, like a theme, one thing, whether it could be health, it could be your inner work, shadow work, it could be spirituality, it could be your career, it could be a relationship or relationships, it could be your home. You know, I have been focusing on one thing that will be, yeah, it'll be done by March, and then I'm going to go on to the next, you know? So when you have that one thing, it's much easier then, right? What's the steps towards that keeps you focused, and then you're more achievable, as opposed to writing 10 things down and then you just get overwhelmed, and we're gonna feel extremely overwhelmed, extremely out of alignment as the world shifts, okay? As you see what's going on in the external, you cannot fix that, but what you can do is work on your internal, because everything is a mirror and a reflection, okay? And that is you looking after your garden and your part of the story. And this is a chance for you to create a new story. I wrote down a couple of things here to remind me. Yeah. So you're being asked to remove yourself from what's holding you back. Old systems, old beliefs, old stories, you know, old habits, things like that, okay? And that is why, yes, there's the end of the year of the snake and the shedding of the skin, and we're entering this new energy, okay? To allow the lightness to come in, to really work through your deepest fears that are coming up. And you don't need to go looking for them. They will show up. And it's just about being awareness and not being in that place of denial. Okay. What else have I wrote down there? Yeah, so this, particularly this ring of fire eclipse, it is a very transformative. I did write like the going from the year of the snake. I've got a wee blog article on my website. I'm going to start to do those more regularly, because the last time I wrote a blog article was December 2025 or something. So, or January, no, it was February 2025. And then the next one was February 2026. So I'm going to, after this video, I'm going to put it into a wee article, a wee blog article, and put it on the website. So that is my one little focus. I have a lot in my head, but focus on one thing. Yeah, so it's called a cosmic nudge, a little nudge, okay, to what is it you're calling in? What is out of alignment? How are you feeling about different areas of your life, and how would you like that to change? Okay, so there's Mother Mary. Do not be afraid to be powerful. Mother Mary, so powerful, okay? The feminine's so powerful. You have that within you, okay? But most of us have been told that we don't, okay? Just as I drink the cacao, and you know, I do not like drinking cacao when it's cold, so let me just finish it. Mother's milk. So let's see what animal guide is working with us. What animal guide is working with us? With this year of the fire horse, with this solar eclipse, new moon in Aquarius, butterfly, transformation, the soul, the peacock, also transformation, but self-love, okay? Also being seen, also shaking your tail feather, your authentic self. Who are you at your core? Do you accept all parts of you? I've been extremely strange my whole life, and I'm now accepting and loving that. The owl is actually a symbol connected to a star in spring equinox, which is wisdom, which is the number 4 there. Okay, and then we have a shark at the bottom. And shark is connected to purpose. Are you living your purpose? Do you wake up every day loving what you do? If you don't, just acknowledge it. Don't worry about the high right now, okay? The peacock is also connected to prosperity, and I mentioned money and I mentioned value. That is connected to self-love. That is connected to the feminine, okay? It's also connected to the mother wound. So anything that's coming up with females in your life, whether they be your children, whether they be friends, bosses, co-workers, all of that, okay? It's Mother Mary energy, the mother wound, all right? And it's important to work through your triggers. It's important to, whatever it is, that's why you don't need to go looking for it. Sometimes when you sort of set an intention of a daily sacred practice every day, you ignore what's actually happening around you because you're so focused on this that it's like a distraction to real life. Okay, so it's important to be real with this type of, work and awareness. All right. So I'm going to use a different deck. I was clearing out and I found these Metatron cards, which I couldn't find them when I moved. I've moved house in April, so they were in the shed. I'm getting the shed knocked down. So yeah, transformation. This is the year of transformation. But that transformation sounds wonderful, but it's not. Like, if you think about, not that it's not, it is eventually, but, we have to have a lot of courage. Think of a butterfly, all right? The butterfly starts off as, doesn't it start off as what does it start off as? Yeah, the caterpillar. I nearly said a tadpole. The caterpillar. And then it goes into a cocoon. And when it goes into a cocoon, it just blows up inside. It goes to mush. Okay. Then it transforms into a beautiful butterfly. So that's what we see, You don't see all of the hard work and all of that cocoon-like stuff that's went on, when we've been in that, through this 9-year cycle. We're now starting a new one. And depending on where you are in your life, okay, so the rebirth's coming, but it's just some of us are still in a cocoon, and that is okay. But it's important that you, number one, don't stay in it. Don't feel the stirrings to come out of it, I suppose is what I'm saying. But don't do anything that you don't want to do. All right, so start off with just a little bit of movement, just in one area, one thing, and that will get the wheels working. Okay, we're moving from the dark to the light. I always talk about moving from, the Wizard of Oz energy, from the black and white to the color. Okay. Let's ask for another. I've only pulled one of those. Let's ask for another card because I do want to do a wee bit of a 10-minute meditation here, so I'll not pull too many cards. Just a wee hi. How are ya? How are you doing? Okay. You can't get away from this self-love. We just can't get away from it. Okay, it's really important to work on what lights you up, to work on what nurtures you, what you love. And don't deprive that, your inner child. Astara energy, spring equinox, is all about connecting with your maiden, your younger self, or in males, your equivalent, the page. So we have the rainbow bridge. So focus on your chakras. Rainbows are connected to Mama Cacao. So that is like a big, it's hugging a mug. Okay, that big cup of mug of love. Okay, mother's milk. I've been shown the Care Bears, they have the rainbows where they burst out of their heart. When you do this inner work, you're essentially working on your heart chakra. Horses, their heart chakra is so big. They can literally feel the mood of those around you. Okay, that's your intuition. You can feel that too, but you sort of have to get rid of the noise. You have to pull back from the matrix, pull back from social media, pull back from distracting yourself, and just get to know you is probably what I'm hearing. Yeah, letting go. Time for a release, time for a reset, time for rest. All right. Okay, I'm gonna actually just go into a wee meditation. I have no idea, but we will go into something just to help us enter the year of this fire horse and this ring of fire. I'm hearing that song, turned into a burning ring of fire. Okay, so just closing the eyes and just slow the breath down. And I want you to see like that ring of fire in front of you. And it does look quite scary, this ring of fire. And it's interesting because to get through it, we can't just step into it. We're going to have to make a leap. We're going to have to take a run and jump. And it's just like one of those hula hoops. A fiery hula hoop. This is doable. We've got to trust and have faith and not be scared of the fire energy. It's like a doorway. So just slow the breath down. In through the nose for 3 and out for 6. And I've been shown we're wearing a backpack. It's very heavy and it's weighing you down. It's going to be hard to jump through this doorway with this backpack. And for some, it's a very big backpack. So just release those straps from your shoulders. Release the burden, release the heaviness. I'm also being shown you stepping out of a skin. I'm being shown you unzipping your skin, an old skin. You don't need it anymore. It's been like a protection. It's very worn. This is the last shedding of the skin. Just unzip that and allow your light body to step forward. I've been shown, it's really interesting, it's kept this old skin that you were in. It was like, you know, like a baby and a baby grow they've outgrown it. So you were like really dim and really plain small, and when you step out the skin, you're so large, you know, like Avatar. Really, really large light body. Look how big your light is and your soul and how powerful, but just how gentle. And now the ring of fire doesn't seem so intimidating. You don't even have to run and jump, you're just stepping through it. And it just shows you when you have a goal ahead of you, if you just keep moving, don't worry about the how and the why. And you're in this beautiful garden. It's like the Garden of Eden. Beautiful tree of Mew is up ahead of you. And I'm being shown a symbol for, it's like the, I don't know what it's called, probably should know, but I wasn't expecting to see this. It's the 10 of Pentacles. It's a particular symbolism. I'm gonna, I'll maybe put it in the notes below. I can see it, but it's literally like you're standing in one area and there's like, you can go, there's 3 paths ahead of you, one straight ahead, one sort of to the left and upwards, and one to the right upwards. And you just choose whatever one. All paths lead home anyway. This is like it's known as the Tree of Life, which is original Tree of Mew. About wishes and desires and dreams. But we have to be courageous to move forward. If you imagine there is 3 doorways ahead of you would be the best way to describe it. Choose 1, 2 or 3. And behind each is your horse for the year. And everybody's is going to be a little bit different. When you're ready, just open the door. Connect with your horse. Look at it, feel it. What is it trying to tell you? What advice has it got for you? Just for now. What colour is it? Has it got reins? Has it got saddle? Maybe it doesn't have any. Maybe it needs a brush. Maybe it just needs fed to graze. Are you guided just to walk with it, or are you guided to ride it and sit on it? Maybe you're guided to gallop, maybe you're guided to trot. What does it want to tell you? What advice has it got for you? What one thing are you being asked to focus on? Just for now. Feel your heart connect with a horse's heart. Trust that whatever will unfold is for your highest good. These are the obstacles coming up to be cleared for you to live this life of abundance, of love, whatever you're calling it. Lovely. Let me just bring you gently back into your body, back into the room. And I'm going to pick 3 cards. So depending on what doorway you went through, I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. And it's just a little individual message for each of you. So door number 1, path number 1, horse number 1, number 2, number 2, and number 3. I'm going to put my glasses on here. Spring. Look at the hair. The hair is a symbolism of a star, and you're being asked to take a leap. See your seeds grow. You've done a lot of work. There's no planting of seeds. You're watching them grow. And what you now need to do is move forward, is take that leap, is have so much trust and faith. Just like a hare, just taking a leap. I'm going to pick another card from this deck. Action card, please, for number 1. Action card for number 1. Okay, number 1, please. Number 1. Yeah, number 2. Or number 2. Just going to do these all now. And number 3. So, number 1, Hilarion. Hilarion is retreat to recharge, is to rest. And it's all about the heart. And you're being asked to really delve deeper into your spiritual practice, because it feels like you've done a lot of work. You've done a lot of work, yes, internally and externally, but definitely more externally, because we're just inclined to do that. So you're being asked to go, there's a lot of, if you imagine, you don't need to imagine, it's all here. These are all your guides and angels and loved ones and ancestors that are just ready to help you. So it's like, you know, because it is the year of the horse and it is connected to the feminine, it doesn't need to be done from this action place. It can be done from a really beautiful place of effortless flow. And that means stopping to connect, to meditate, to set intentions, to be intentional. You know, like, for example, I have a busy day today and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to go and do a wee video. Just my heart to yours, you know? Yeah, okay. Number 2, shapeshifter. So transform and unveil your gifts. Interesting. Very shamanic, this one. Very connected to animals. So your horse, I'm seeing your horse might actually grow wings, turn into Pegasus. Yeah, you're being asked to just step forward as your true authentic self, your true soul self. Who is that? Loving all parts of you. No, you don't need, not worrying about what people think. You're also been asked to connect with the elements, the earth, the animals. Do you know, we all have an animal guide. Like, you know, this is the year of the horse, but you'll have a personal power animal. And then you'll have animals that will work with you to help you in your life. For example, you know, there's the wolf, that's all about the wildness and authenticity. And actually it's connected to the heart. That's my main power animal. But then you have the eagle here, and that's your third eye. That's seeing things from this higher perspective. Okay, so if you're seeing animals, there's a meaning to them and a message that they're bringing. Okay, so just tune into what that is. And then we have the sands of time. So if you look at this card, so I just need to tune into this. So the sands of time have ran out. He's got a scroll here. He's got loads of scrolls there. He looks a little bit desperate, agitated. It's like you're trying to fit into this world, be everything to everybody, instead of, and you're still searching, and the time has run out, but it hasn't. It's just all within here. And that book is open there. Put those away. I feel like you need to journal. I feel like you need to, there's a really good process called Who Am I? Who am I? And just keep repeating it, repeating it, repeating it. Okay. And time isn't running out. This is your time. I need to free you from this little internal prison. Okay, number 3. Like it feels like, so the first one, it's like you're taking a massive leap. The second one, it feels like you're transforming into like Pegasus. And you're looking down at your life from this higher point of view because you're too close to things to see the truth or something, to see what you need to do. So you need to sort of step back and look down or look at it. And then this third one is the wolf. Take care of needs. More rest, I feel. More rest. So if you're somebody that goes quite fast, you know, is busy, 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 your action is inaction. Your action is more rest, is more to go within. And find a balance. Look, yeah, there's the balance. Balance of light and dark. Scales of balance, scales of justice. Find balance in all areas of your life. Balance in exercise, balance in diet. Not going all guns blazing on the physical and not looking at the spiritual. Not just looking at the mental, but looking at the emotional body as well. Okay. Yeah, you need to stay in your inner winter a little bit longer. That's just what's needed. Because you've probably maybe started the year off just a bit too busy. So you just need to really go within and reset. You know, the horse is just, I'm just been shown a horse is not moving. It's grazing. It needs to eat. You need to eat. Maybe you've been doing a strict diet. I don't know. You need to nourish. All right. That horse ain't moving until you've nourished, until you have enough sustenance. Okay. I will leave it there. I have things to do. So thank you for watching and listening, and hopefully you enjoyed that. And yeah, bring it on this year of the Fire Horse. Lots of love.